Good afternoon. Welcome back to HSS English Classroom. Today we are going to analyze the second part of the lesson, Matchbox by Ashapurna Devi. I think you remember where we stopped in the first part. Namita was fuming with anger. She was angry towards Ajit. Why was she extremely angry towards Ajit? Because she comes to know that Ajit had opened a letter addressed to her, and that was not only the reason. Even after reading the letter, he did not give it to her, and she also knows that it is deliberate. It's a deliberate attempt from the part of Ajit not to give letters to her. He knows well that it's a letter from her mother, and mother usually writes letters to Namita asking for money. So this is the reason why Ajit does not usually give letters addressed to Namita. Thinking about all this, Namita becomes very angry and she is waiting for Ajit to come. She was also angry towards her mother because even after her repeated warning not to write letters to her husband, not to write letters to her husband's house, she is writing letters again and again. This Ajit does not like, and this is the reason, this is the only reason why she cannot keep self-respect. She cannot live with self-respect in her husband's house. So, she was now in a very irritated condition, or she was too much angry towards Ajit. She was waiting for Ajit. At this moment, Ajit steps into the room. I will read the rest of it. Right then, Ajit steps into the room after finishing his leisurely Sunday bath. Namita's sharp indignation at the insult simmering all this while seems to want to dash itself violently against him. Namita rose up. When did this letter arrive? Ajit glances at her obliquely, estimating the magnitude of his error. Another handful of cash for this, he had thought, and decided not to give the letter to Namita. He was going to tear it up and throw it away. He has made a big mistake. So, when Namita asked this question, then only Ajit comes to know about the error he had committed. The mistake he had committed. What was the mistake? What was the big mistake done by Ajit? Yes, the mistake was that he forgot to throw away the letter addressed to Namita. Usually what he does is throwing away, sometimes keeping away the letter from Namita. But today, after reading the letter, he forgot to throw it away. So, he was estimating, looking at Namita obliquely, or not straight. Oblique means not straight. Namitയ്ക്ക് നേരെ ഒരു ചെരിഞ്ഞ നോട്ടം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു നോട്ടം നോക്കി. എന്തിനാണ് നോക്കുന്നത്? He wanted to estimate the magnitude of his error. How far or to what degree was Namita angry? Now he was thinking, I had made a big mistake. So here is a question. What was the mistake done by Ajit? So I think I have just explained the answer for that. Now the rest of it I am going to read. Not that Ajit is going to feel abashed about that. Yes, though trying hard to remember, he says, the letter? What letter? Oh, yes, indeed there was a letter from your mother. I just hadn't got round to giving it to you. Why? Why hadn't you got round to it? Why? Why? Answer me. Why hadn't you got round to it? What a nuisance, Ajit says. I had forgotten. Why else? Liar. Namita hisses like a snake. Why are you saying whatever comes to your mouth? Don't people forget? No, they don't. Why did you open my letter? This charge Ajit tries to scatter to the winds. What if I opened it? My own wife's letter? Be quiet, I tell you. For what reason should you open my letters? Haven't I told you 1,000 times not to? Ajit doesn't fear Namita's anger. He fears her awe. So he smiles an affected smile and says, if you're forbidding it, then it's a definite something. Shouldn't I make sure that no one is passing you love letters in secret? Stop it! What a common vulgar man you are. So, their quarrel begin to be more serious. See, Ajit just acts or pretends as he forgot to give the letter to Namita. He pretends like he is still trying hard to remember. He says, letter? What letter? Oh, yes, indeed, there was a letter from your mother. I just hadn't got round to giving it to you. ശരിയാണ്, നിന്റെ അമ്മയുടെ ഒരു ലെറ്റർ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. But I just hadn't got around to giving it to you. I just forgot to giving it to you. So, Namita knows very well that it is only a pretension from the part of her husband. She had previous experience also. So, she says, why hadn't you got round to it? She repeats the question. Why? Answer to me. Answer me. Why hadn't you got round to it? Then Ajit changes his tone. What a nuisance. Don't people forget? Then Namita says, liar. Namita hisses like a snake. Namita calls her husband a liar. So here is a question. Can a wife call her husband a liar? Other question. It is contextual importance. Do you think that it is right from the part of a wife to call her husband a liar? So see what happens next. Namita hisses like a snake. It's an expression which brings out the magnitude of her anger, the power of her anger. To what degree was she angry? Hisses like a snake. It's a beautiful expression to express her anger. See, why are you saying whatever comes to your mouth? Don't people forget? Then Namita says, no, they don't. Then another question, very genuine question. Why did you open my letter? So this is the real question Namita wanted to get the answer. Why did you open my letter? So do you think that, as I asked I think in the previous clause also, do you think that it is a big fault from the part of a husband to open the letters addressed to his wife? All these questions you should keep in mind. Okay, then answer is very important. Answer of Ajit is very important. What if I opened it my own wife's letter? What if I opened it my own wife's letter? Do you feel anything unusual about it, that question? My own wife's letter. Don't you think that I have the right to open my... See, in that question, it implies that I have the right to open my wife's letter. Then think the other way around. A letter addressed to Ajit is opened by Namita. And do you think that Ajit will approve of wife's right to read the letters addressed to a husband? All these things are to be taken for a discussion. Then only we will come to know about the what a male-dominated society is like. So, between the lines, you have to read between the lines. Then, Namita, how Namita reacts to it. Be quiet, I tell you. For what reason should you open my letters? She is asking questions. Haven't I told you 1,000 times not to? Even after my warning, why did you open it? There is a definite purpose for that. So here, Ajit doesn't fear Namita's anger. So he smiles an affected smile. What do you mean by the word affected smile? It is a fake smile, not a real smile. Then he says, if you are forbidding it, there is a definite something. If you are forbidding it, forbid means forbid, vilakkuka. If you are forbidding it, there is a definite something. Then, very important question, very genuine question. Shouldn't I make sure that no one is passing love letters to my wife in secret? Shouldn't I make sure that no one is passing love letters to my wife in secret? Is this a genuine question? Can a husband check the letters which comes to his wife? So, this question makes Namita very angry. Then she says, stop it. What a common, vulgar man you are. I think you have got the meaning of that, that phrase, that sentence. What a common, vulgar man you are.
Let me read a few more paragraphs. After this, it's not possible for Ajit to smile his fake smile any longer. Now, he too picks up the poison knife. He says, is that so? Those who whine day and night and hold out their palms to their son-in-law, they are the high-class people. A dung picker's daughter becomes a queen and so. Shut up, Namita yells. Their room is on the 3rd floor. That's a blessing. Otherwise, with that scream, everyone would have come to look. Shut up? Ajit roars out. What shut up? I'll do what I want. What I please. What will you do? Can you do anything?
It's not possible for Ajit to smile his fake smile. Then takes a turn. Their quarrel takes a sharp turn. Now he too picks up his poisoned knife. What does the phrase mean, poison knife? He also begins to use hard words towards Namita. Oh, is that so? Those who whine day and night and hold out their palm towards the son-in-law, are you decent people? Again, Ajit questions the dignity of his wife Namita. So, Ajit again provokes Namita. And dung picker's daughter. You are a dung picker's daughter. Poor people. And you are living here as a queen. And still such anger. Still be very acting as a very dignified person. Then, shut up, Namita yells. For this, Namita becomes even more angry. Then the room is on the 3rd floor, and that's why no one else is taking attention about it. No one comes to know about it. Otherwise, this the voice of Namita was in high magnitude, but still nobody heard about it because it is in the 3rd floor. Then, shut up. Ajit throws out, what shut up? Ajit towards Namita, he asks, what shut up? I'll do what I want. What will you do? I'll do what I want. Ajit says that I'll do what I want. Can you do anything. He asked Namita, he challenges Namita, asking, can you do anything? I can't. I can't do anything. Almost panting. I'll read the next few paragraphs. I can't do anything. Almost panting. Namita pronounces each word clearly. You want to see if I can do anything? And immediately she does something that's astonishing. She grabs Ajit's matchbox that's laying near his cigarette on the table and she lights a matchstick and touches it to her sari. Instantly it flares up, the very fine ankle of a wealthy white sari. The very next instant, Ajit, have you gone mad? He says, and jumps to her side and grabs the burning patch and slaps it between his hands and puts out the fire. And to tell the truth, now he is a little afraid. He looks fearfully at Namita's face, sees a fire burning there, bright, blazing red. He doesn't have the courage to put out that fire by slapping it between his hands. So he tries to pour water on it. With great difficulty, he attempts to speak normally. You lose all common sense when you get angry, don't you? You lose all common sense when you get angry, don't you? A woman and such anger. Oof. Now you have to go through these lines and read it once or twice. And after that, listen to my explanations. Here a few questions are there in the bottom of the page. You have to note that too. These are a few questions. You can see that if you have a PDF copy in front of you. Okay. Then what happens? Namita was provoked too much. And here the significance of the title Matchbox also comes. You know, do you think that I can't do anything? I will show you. What did she, before Ajit can do anything, she picks up the matchbox which was on the table and she strikes it and lights her sari. And the sari catches fire. It burns. Ajit was terrified. He was shocked. He jumps towards her and slaps that part of the sari between his hands and puts out the fire. And the scene changes. Ajit was a little afraid, not a little. So this is what Namita did. And you have to think about this situation. See, as the author indicates that women have the power to react at the right time, maybe the claim by the author. But do you think that this is the right way to react to such a situation? And do you think that Namita should have reacted in some other way, other than burning her own sari? It becomes dangerous to her. Or is this the way, is this the right way a woman should react? Okay, that is all, everything should come under our discussion. See, instantly it flares up and very fine angle of a wealthy white sari. So the very next instant, what did Ajit got very much shocked and he puts out the fire. And to tell the truth, the author says, tell the truth. Now he is a little afraid. Then he looks fearfully at Namita. Oh, was she like that? So I didn't expect her to do this much. Okay, then he changes his tone. Hey, you lose all common sense when you get angry. What did you do? And at the end of that paragraph, a very genuine, phrase or sentence is, a woman in such anger. Oof. A woman in such anger. It is very significant in this lesson. And there are many such phrases along, if you read the lesson, you can see the story, you can see that many such phrases are there. These phrases have its own significance in this lesson. Ajit uses such sentences and phrases, from this this part of the story. You have to pick it up and analyze it. And what does it show? Is it a sign of male chauvinism? Chauvinism means excessive support to one's own cause or opinion. Male dominated society. You know what a male dominated society is. Male domination is deep rooted in our society. Maybe even more severe there in Bengal, in her society where the author lived. So, in all the words used by, in many of the phrases and sentences used by Ajit, you can see the instances of male chauvinism. Then this is a fine example for that, a woman and such anger. See, here he indicates that women have no right to react in that way. Even in our villages or in our community also, we may see that such phrases are used. ഒരു പെണ്ണിന് ഇത്ര അഹങ്കാരം പറ്റില്ല എന്ന തരത്തിലുള്ള പ്രയോഗങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ സമൂഹത്തിലും നമ്മുടെ ഗ്രാമങ്ങളിലും പല വീടുകളിലും ആ തരത്തിലുള്ള സമാനമായ ഫ്രേസസും സെന്റൻസസും ഇപ്പോഴും നിലവിലുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ what does it show? Even now in our society male chauvinism exists. Okay, here now you try to attempt a write-up about the attitude of Ajit towards his wife, and does it in any way indicate the male chauvinism in our society, especially in Indian society. So I think we can stop today here, and we will meet again in another video with the third part of it, and we'll analyze the questions and the questions, important questions from this chapter. And thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.